here we are at the final part of the Gundam Barbatos from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, where he's all painted up and top-coated with some flat coat. Because that's what I use on my Gundam model kits. When I'm done painting these up, I do top coat them with some flat coat spray paint. So let's take a look at some of the paint jobs that I did. We're first going to start off with the face here. And I may need to scooch up the, back up the Barbatos so y'all can see. And I also need to scooch the camera back here. So for his face here, for his little V fin here, I added some black lining here on his V fin. And as for his face here, I am trying to like angle his head so you can see his eyes, because I did paint his eyes. Oh, there we go. There we go. You can see that I did painted his eyes green here. You can see the green paint here on his eyes. And I also painted the black paint behind his eyes. And I also did some black on these things here, and some black on his chin here, and some panel lining on these things here. And did some more black paint on these white things. Here. And coming down to his chest, I did painted this thing here, and also these things on his knees, a pink paint, although these here are a little, well, they do have some splotches, like, well, just a little bit of splotches here. But this one here turned out great. And And for his front skirts here, did do some black here on these little things here. And I also painted in these black things here on his thighs. And for his arms, I didn't do much for his arms. All I did was I did some black lining here. And I also did some black here. Same thing for the other one. And I also did painted this like shield thing. I guess you can call it. I have watched a little bit of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, but I definitely need to like go back and watch some more. 'Cause I think, if I remember from what I heard, it's really good. So I may need to like go back and watch some more. But anyways, for the shield here, it was casted in black plastic, but I did paint it with some gray. And you could see that there is like some of this lighter blue here. I did painted this a lighter blue, but I didn't think it turned out great when I painted this a lighter blue, so I just painted in this with some gray, and it did turn out well, although you can still see some lighter blue paint peeking out. But I may need to touch that up again, so the blue's not showing up. And well, I didn't do much for this arm here, because he does have an interchangeable arm, like you saw in like you saw in my part 3 build of this guy. But going down to his legs here, well, taking a look at his side skirts here, I did do some black here and some red here on both sides. And going down to his legs, did do some black here and some black paint here, which are on both sides, you can see. And of course some black paint here, which are also on both sides. And for his feet, I did do some black paint on his toes here and a little bit here, and also on these things here. And I did do a little bit of red paint on the back of his heels here. And going to the back here, on his back skirt pieces, I did do a little bit of black here and some more black here. And for his little jetpack here, all this black here I painted up because on these two things, because these two, like you saw from my build review, were all casted in white plastic, but I touched it up with some black. And I also painted in a little bit of white here and did some black here, and also some black paint here on both of these. And if I remove one of these, because yes, both of these things do remove, I did do some black here on both of these. And that is about it for all of the painting that I did. And of course, I finished it off with top coating him with some flat coat spray paint. And I'm trying to get him in frame, and he is. And I did do a little bit more painting on a couple of his accessories, but we'll get to those in a minute. But for his articulation, well, first I gotta adjust the camera here. But for articulation, head is on a ball joint. And I think the base of the neck is on a ball joint. Yes, and the base of the neck is on a ball joint. So he has a ball joint at the head and a ball joint at the base of the neck. And he can look up that far, and he can look down that far. And his arms are on ball joints. And they can move out about that far, because the port where the ball joint that his arms are attached to does go out about that far. You could see there. And his arms can move out about that far. And these things here, they do move up and down. And I'll get to why these move up and down when we get to his accessories. But his arms do move out even more because you do have another joint there. And you do have a bicep swivel, an elbow joint, which gives you that much range, and I think the other elbow does. Yep. I was checking to see if this new alternate arm piece does hinder it a little bit, but it doesn't. But he does have a ball joint at the hands, although for this alternate arm piece, this little shield thing does kind of hinder it a little bit. But this side can move for no problem, because it doesn't have that shield thing like this arm does. And you do have a ball joint at the waist. And he can arch. He can arch forward about, well, he can move back about that far, but he can crunch a little bit. Yeah. And also his upper chest does have a hinge joint as well. And the front skirts can move up, and yes, I did split the skirt in half so they move independently and not just one piece. And the side skirts can move out about that far. And he does have a waist swivel, but it is really limited. But his legs can go forward about that far, and they can move back, but they do get hindered by his back skirts here. And his legs do move in and out. And you do have a thigh swivel. And you do have, yes, you do have a double jointed knee, which gives you full range. And his feet, well, yeah, his feet do move up and down just a little bit. And you do get a wider range of an ankle pivot here. And his toes do move up and down. And these ankle guards can move as well. And also, for his jetpack here, this little thruster here is on a hinge joint, so you can move it up and down. And that's it. And for his accessories, he only comes with 2. And the other accessories that I'm going to show you is like some interchangeable parts for him. But the only 2 accessories that he comes with is this like spiked club weapon here, and I didn't do any painting for this, because there's like not a whole lot to do with this, plus the other weapon that he comes with that I'll show you in a minute. But he does come with this nice little spiked club weapon here that he can hold in his hand. And of course, to hold it in his hand, you will have to remove this white part and feed the weapons into his hand, and then reattach this white part here, so that way he's holding it. Or I think you can slide, no, you can't just slide it in his hands. You have to take his hands apart and then reattach it, but back together. And he also does come with this nice looking sword here, which again, I didn't do much painting for it. And as for the rest of the accessories, they're just interchangeable parts that you get. So what you get is you get these 2 things, which are called his new shoulder pads here. And you can see I did a lot of painting on these things, because when you first get these are all casted in white plastic. But as you can see, I painted the yellow here on the bottom and did some more like pink lining here. Did a little bit of black lining here. And on the inside here, I did a lot of black painting on the inside here. because the inside was all casted in white. So I had to paint the whole entire inside here black. And I also did some black lining here. And the way you attach these is these holes here are going to attach to these tabs here. And this is why these things are on hinge joints here. Because these shoulder pads here do, like I said, attach to these pegs. And these allow you to move his shoulder pads out of the way when you're moving his arms in and out. And you also do get an interchangeable arm, which is this. And it is the exact same like this arm here. And if I zoom in here, you can see I did the exact same black lining here on this arm like I did for this one here. And to swap the arms, well, to swap this arm here, you of course do have to remove the arm here, and you also need to remove the hand here. And you just grab the new arm here and reattach the hand here, and then reattach the new arm on. So it looks like that. And now you just have a normal arm, and not just an arm with a shield attached to it. And for his backpack here, well, his jetpack here, these things here on both sides that has the black paint on it, like you saw, they do remove on both sides. And he does come with 2 of these things here. Which you can attach to, I have to look at the instructions real quick. Okay, so these things do attach to these 2 holes and this ball joint here. Not this ball joint, this ball joint here. And you can attach it to either this port or yeah. You can either attach it to this port or for this port here on both sides. Then you take this thing here that we removed, and this is going to attach to this hole here into this ball joint here. Just have to get his arms out of the way, so you can have him like that on both sides. Now, what is this for, you may ask? Well, according to the instructions, I will have to move him out of the way so I can bring in the instructions. According to the instructions, which is right here, you're supposed to store like a gun, which comes with another kit, because this kit that does not come with that gun, like I'm showing you here in the instructions. But it does come with another kit, and I don't know the name of the Gundam model kit. I think it is from the exact same Gundam series, which is of course Iron-Blooded Orphans. But if any one of you know the name's kit, the name of the Gundam model kit from the exact same series that has this gun, let me know in the comments section below. And I think you can attach it to that peg into this hole here on both sides. I think. But all I know is I don't have that other kit from the exact same Gundam series. And the last interchangeable part that you get for this kit is these two clips here that does attach to these holes here. And these are so that you can attach, well, clip on the club weapon into either one of these clips, and also the sword here into either one of these clips here. So you do have some weapon storage. But I'm going to go ahead and have him hold his weapons in his hands. Real quick. I will have to use a tool here. To help me out. And there we go. And there he is, wielding his weapons in his hands. And that is about it for the Gundam Barbatos. And that has been the 4-part video of the high-grade Gundam Barbatos from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. So I hope y'all enjoyed this fun little build review of the Gundam Barbatos. And if y'all did, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.